Good evening. Welcome to Weekend Investing Daily Bites. It's June 16th. This is episode 32nd. We click these daily bites every day on weekdays, and we try to take up a topic of interest and give a summary of what happened in the markets. The broader indices were all down today. It started primarily with CNX 500 and CNX 200 starting the day down. And then later on, Nifty also fell down in the first half of the session. And there were several attempts for it to go back up, but it really could not. And that one particular group of stocks that has been under pressure this week remained under pressure, and there were further losses in all the group companies in that group. So a sort of a sober day, and the week is also now the last 5 days of trading has given up most of the gains. And the major driving factor right now seems to be the FOMC meet tonight, where people are contemplating if the Fed will give any indication as to when this taper may start, or the easy monetary policy may continue for more time. So the Fed minutes, while there's no expectation of any change of interest rate, the expectation of timing for the change in stance is what will be keenly looked at. So tomorrow morning could be a big gap up or gap down in case there is some surprise in the minutes today. In terms of sectors, metals were quite brutally beaten. There were news reports from China this morning that they are opening up more supplies and trying to cool off the metals market. And several of the China indices on this sector were down dramatically, 4 to 5%. And that created a negative loop in our market also, with stocks which had opened reasonably flat or in the up went down after this news. FMCG was one place which capital was trying to hide in. So levers and some of the other FMCG stocks were up. IT stocks were marginally in the green. Most of the strong counters also were looking to do profit booking and be in the red. The breadth of the market remained reasonably weak from the very start in the morning. In terms of weekend investing portfolios, MIST ATH and NF10 both were hit because of their exposure to Adani stocks. MIMT All Cap also. But even otherwise, MI50, MI25, MI30, they were all softer based on the general broader softening. It has been, as you can see in the weekly stats, quite a dull week overall, with some gains and some losses in the various strategies. So today's topic is actually an exercise for weekend investing small case users. We have been talking about how we can better results for active users. So weekend investing strategies do not require any intervention besides the rebalances. The stronger stocks remain in the portfolios, and the weaker stocks get kicked out in rebalances. But over the time, we have seen that many users who are more active in the market don't want to wait for the week or the month to play out for the rebalance, and would like to have a more active role in terms of taking out capital, bringing in more capital, or exiting the strategies at any point of time. So while what we're going to discuss is not a recommended weekend investing strategy as such, but these are tools that if you wish to use, which by use of which you can better your results, then I'm happy to share these tools with you. So what are these tools? These are basically simple moving averages which are plotted on the indices, not the stock market indices, but the index of your small case. So when the small case is initiated on the small case platform, it is given a index of 100, and then it basically as per its performance, that index number goes up or down. So you have a trail of the index number for each small case relative to each date. So let me just first show you how you can get that. So we'll go to the small case website. One second. Okay, so weekendinvesting.smallcase.com will bring you here. You can go to and see portfolios. So all the portfolios will come here. Let's say you want to see the index for MIMT all cap. So you can go to MIMT all cap. Within this, you will see this charting of the MIMT index here, right? Below this, there is this button which says download chart. If you click that, it basically downloads the entire history of the index of MIMT all cap into a Excel file. Let's see this also. So this is the kind of a file download that you will get, that on 31/3/2016 MIMT all cap was 100 and the corresponding benchmark that we are using here was 100, and as it has been rolling, the index has been going up for the strategy. And let's go to the end. So till yesterday it was 674.51. From 100 it has reached 674 over about 5 years and few months. So this data is available to you for every strategy. So date and the index value of your strategy is available to you. Now let's go back to our sheet. So once we have this, I am going to give you a tool within the Weekend Investing Telegram channel today, where you will be able to plot these charts and put in these values of the index that you got from the Weekend Investing small case site. So once you have that data, and this tool will be available to you. So once you will go to this tool, it will ask you to make a copy, and you can go and make a copy and save it in your bookmark and your drive, and this is how it will look like. Let me just so what you can see here is I've already put in the values here, the date and the MIMT all cap values. So this data is already has been put in till yesterday, 674. What else has been done on this sheet is that we have calculated the 50 EMA, the 100 EMA and the 200 EMA. For those who may not be familiar, moving averages are a very common way of defining trends, because they give you an average of these last so many periods. So the difference between SMA and EMA is the simple moving average will just add up and take the average of the last, let's say, 50 periods. So 50 SMA is basically just a average of the last 50 periods. 50 EMA is an exponential moving average which gives more weightage to the nearer values than to the farther values. So it is more sharper in terms of reacting to the near term moves. So what I've done here is I've already put in 50 EMA, 100 EMA and 200 EMA formulas here, and you can see in these columns E, F and G the EMAs are already getting calculated. So this is 50 EMA, this is 100 EMA, this is 200 EMA, right? And on this chart here, that is already here, it is plotting 50 and 200. I have not plotted the 100 EMA because it would have made it more confusing. But this chart has been plotted here. So you now have the index of the strategy. You have the EMA of 50 EMA and 200 EMA. You can also change these EMA values if you like. If you want to plot, let's say 75 EMA or some other EMA that you like. So essentially you have now the tool where you can get the values from the small case website, plug it in here and calculate your EMAs right here. So let's go back to the presentation and I'll show you how these EMAs may help you. Okay, so I have used those same values to plot it on a different tool so that it is more clear and it is presentable. So this black line is the MIMT index going from 100 to 674 as we saw in the data. This green line is the 50 EMA and 200 EMA is this red line. Now depending upon the strategy that you may use. So for instance, one strategy could be to look at this for adding capital. So when should I add capital? Maybe when my index is below 50 EMA. Those are good points to add capital. So maybe here, maybe in this region, maybe in this region, maybe when it was nearer to the 50 EMA, so on and so forth. Another strategy could be to exit the strategy if the price breaches the 200 EMA and only enter once it is above both of them. There could be a third strategy where you want to maybe calculate what is the distance between the index and the 200 DMA, and once it gets too far you may want to book profits there. So these are all potential more active means of running your strategy if you want to. Let me again reiterate that this is not a recommendation from me that you should be doing this. The portfolios and the strategies by themselves will take care of the ups and downs of the market, and you need not do this. But many active players who are actually wanting to do this is a tool for them. So this is something that I had for the presentation today. We are quite happy to take any questions on this. You can send us mail, and this tool will be put in the Weekend Investing Telegram channel today itself. So you can play around with the EMA tool and see if it benefits you. And this is what I had for today. So thank you very much for watching the Weekend Investing Bites, and please keep sending us your comments. Bye.